What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I wanted to hit y'all with this one. I think this is very important. Um, Sometimes I don't say sometimes, I think in everybody's life we know somebody who has certain character flaws, certain negative aspects of their personality, certain just some pretty rough ways about them. And those ways seem to never correct themselves, and we wonder why a lot of times. And I'm speaking now about the reason why in some cases, and that is because you have some people who have those ways, but they don't seem to know that they have them. They don't seem to think that anything is wrong. So when we start thinking about how that person could possibly be better, how that person could possibly be fixed, because typically it's a loved one, it's a brother, it's a friend, it's a cousin, it's a wife, a husband, and a child, whatever. And you care about them, so you want to see those ways corrected. But it's very difficult for somebody to fix something that they don't know is broke, or they don't think is broke. So they go through life having issues with pretty much everybody that they come in contact with. They have issues at home, they have issues at work, they have issues at school, they have issues on the street, they have issues at the library, they have issues at the restaurant. It's always something, and it always seems to be the other person who is the problem. But nobody else in the circle seems to have these issues. So when they vent to you, they mention everything that everybody else is doing to them. So you kind of sitting there because you know them, so you kind of like listening, but you like, but you want to be very uh, strategic in your response, because when you care about somebody, you don't want to push them further over the edge, but also you got to shoot straight with them. So this is what happens if you sit down to have that conversation. There's going to be two or three possible responses that you're going to get, or reactions, or types of reactions. You're going to get the reaction that basically is like combative and defensive, and what? Like, because they're oblivious to the fact that they have those ways that rub people the wrong way, that always seem to get them in trouble or in situations, and they lose out on opportunities, all kind of stuff. Then you're going to get the response possibly of just shocked, like, who, me? Because again, some people just don't know. They have no clue that they're the problem. So they're like, what you mean, me? How can y'all say that I'm the one that... It's refreshing sometimes when you get those ones who will say or acknowledge, well, man, I got some stuff going on, man. I ain't perfect. God ain't through with me yet. You know, you get that from people who are more self-aware. You're not going to get that from the ones who literally have no clue, or they don't think that something could even possibly, they won't even entertain the possibility that it might be them. It's very hard to correct. But again, you care about them. You want to see them be better. And plus, you know that down the line, that kind of behavior can get them jammed up in a way that they can't put it in reverse. And that's not what you want, because again, you're talking about your friends, your family, your children, people that you don't want to see crash out like that. So how do you fix it? Well, I don't know the 100% complete answer to that, but I will say this. I would suggest that if you just sit down and have an honest conversation with that person that you care about, and just kind of make them understand that when they're telling you these things, well, you seem to be the common denominator. Have you ever thought about what your role might have been in these problems that you may have? Not saying you always was in the wrong, but you have too many of these kind of issues for you to not even consider looking at yourself and say, well, maybe I did do this. And if somebody's combative and aggressive and lashes back out when you present that side of it to them, you did your job. But, and even if they're sensitive, sensitivity may get them to a point where it's like, okay, well, you know what, he was sensitive that I said that, but maybe they still took it in and listened and took some of it in as well. But make them understand, you look, man, I'm telling you this from a place of love. I'm really looking out for you. But some will, if they're too far gone in that way of thinking, they'll take that as an attack from you. So it's a tough situation. It's a slippery slope. But again, if that's your people, at some point you got to shoot straight with them. But it's very difficult when they don't think that anything is wrong. It could not possibly, in any universe, it couldn't possibly be me. I couldn't possibly be the problem. When in fact, they are the problem. So it's going to be tough to fix somebody that don't think or don't even know that they're broken. But if we love those people, you got to at least try. And once you try, wherever the chips fall after that, you did your job. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. I will hit y'all with another one real soon. Y'all going to tune into the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast right here on YouTube, and I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.